Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest on FC Barcelona as usual. We are going to start with our president, Joan Laporta, who have been talking about Barcelona's transfer lately. Of course, the president suggests that they don't need a superstar signing because they already have Ansu Fati. We are going to be discussing on everything he had to say about that. Then secondly, we are going to be talking about Sergio Roberto, as Barcelona have reportedly resumed renewal talks with the midfielder and have offered him a lower salary. We are going to be discussing on that as well. Then to conclude, talking about this transfer rumor claiming that two players, that is Memphis Depay and of course goalkeeper Neto, want to be used by FC Barcelona as a swap in a deal to bring in Gabriel, the Arsenal defender who have been linked with Barcelona recently. We are going to be discussing much on that as we move ahead. So guys, as we get right into it, please endeavor to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. If you're a Barcelona lover, give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. Barca! 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 Heading into the summer transfer window, the talk has been all about Barcelona wanting to sign a superstar to fill the void left by Lionel Messi's departure last summer and lead the rebuild project under Xavi Hernandez. Borussia Dortmund goal scorer Erling Haaland has been heavily linked for months now, but the 21-year-old could be headed to Manchester City or even Real Madrid. Bayern Munich's legendary striker Robert Lewandowski is also very much on the agenda at the Camp Nou. While the rumor mill continues to, churn out new names one after the other, Barca president Joan Laporta believes that the club might not need a new superstar signing after all, as they already have one in their midst in the form of Ansu Fati. The 19-year-old is a product of Barcelona's La Masia Youth Academy and made his first team debut in 2019. He went on to enjoy a stellar debut season with the senior side. Even though he has had a torrid last 20 months or so due to injuries, the teenager continues to be held in the highest of regard, not just within the club ranks but also across Europe. Fati was even given the number 10 jersey at Barcelona last summer following the departure of Messi, indicating the faith that the club have placed on the teenage prodigy. And Laporta insists that the Blaugrana do not need any superstar signing with the Spaniards still at the club. As quoted by Goal, the Barca president said, "We already have the best, Ansu Fati. We hope to see him play soon." Ansu Fati has played just 10 times this season, scoring 5 goals in the process. The Spanish international has returned to training recently, but the management does not intend to rush him back into action. So in all likelihood, he will be unavailable for the UEFA Europa League quarterfinal second leg tie against Frankfurt on Thursday night. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona need to get their squad affairs in order ahead of next season, and the first step in this pursuit is renewing players whose contracts are expiring in the coming 18 months. Young players like Ansu Fati, Pedri and Ronald Araujo are the cornerstone of Xavi's project, and unsurprisingly, the club has prioritized their renewals. Consequently though, a certain Sergio Roberto has been left to wait in the queue for a while now. While there have been reports in the recent past that Barcelona do not in fact want to renew the midfielder, recent news from Catalonia radio suggests that the two parties have resumed talks about a potential renewal. The goal, as relayed by RAC1, is to ask Roberto to reduce his salary significantly and reach an agreement over a short-term contract. Xavi has given his opinion about the 30-year-old's renewal, pushing the club to extend his contract. When asked about it yet again ahead of Levante clash, Xavi said, "The club knows my opinion. We will see the negotiations of Roberto and the club. He is about to return and is training well. Next week, he may enter the squad list and then it depends on his recovery." Barcelona were linked to Ajax right-back Nusser Mazraoui for a while, and the transfer seemed inevitable. However, it is far from the case now, as Bayern Munich seem to be in pole position for his signature. The signing of Cesar Azpilicueta seemed to be complicated as well, now that several reports state that his automatic renewal has been triggered with Chelsea. Should Dani Alves not be offered a contract extension, the club has nobody other than Sergio Dest at right back. Even then, the American is quite injury prone, and oftentimes Xavi has had to fill Ronald Araujo in that role. Thus, it is less surprising that Barcelona are ready to remold their opinion on Roberto's renewal. Given Xavi's preference to keep his right back as an auxiliary midfielder, we might just see that La Masia redeem himself. So Roberto's case has just been back and forth, back and forth. Barcelona want to renew, Barca want to let him go. All this confusion, what is it for? I don't understand. But as it stands right now, it seems as though the opinion of Xavi Hernandez is pushing Barca to take some steps when it comes to renewing Sergio Roberto. You know, Talking about that right back position, which Roberto have been playing for quite some time, all these past few years, even though he's traditionally a midfielder, that might also play a part in Barca's decision to restart talks with Roberto's representative. Given the fact that Barca are still unable to get a right back. Of course, even though the summer transfer window is still approaching, Nusa Mazraoui is being lost to Bayern Munich. Dani Alves, his future at Barcelona is still unknown if he will extend. Nothing has been decided just yet. And Sergio Dest, I want him to stay even though he's having some injury problems lately. But Barca, in case Barca don't get their hands on a dependable right back next season who can compete for that position, then that could push Barca to change their minds when it comes to Sergio Roberto's future, since he can play right back as well. He can also be a backup for next season. So it all remains to be seen how the talks between Roberto's agent and Barca turns out to be. Of course, even though there's not a lot of optimism on that, Roberto's agent have been really bitter on Laporta lately, calling him even a liar, talking about how Roberto is not treated very well and so on and so forth. So it's just interesting to see how both parties negotiate and what will be the end result. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona have seemingly identified as now defensive mainstay Gabriel as a transfer target heading into the summer window. The Catalans are looking to reinforce their backline ahead of next season and have a deal in place to sign Andres Christensen on a free transfer from Chelsea. However, a new left-footed centre-back would also be a welcome addition to the Camp Nou, considering that both Umtiti and Clement Lenglet are staring at an uncertain future. To that end, Xavi Hernandez and co have set their sights on Gabriel, who has been highly impressive since his move to England in 2020 from Lille. The 24-year-old has been an ever-present figure in Mikel Arteta's side, racking up 62 appearances for the Gunners so far. While he has been called up, in the Brazilian national team, he's here to make his debut for the side. Nonetheless, Gabriel is a highly rated defender who can make an impact at Barcelona if signed. And in order to bring him to the Camp Nou in the summer, the Blaugrana could consider entering a swap arrangement or a player plus cash deal with Arsenal, according to reports from Sport. It is claimed that Barca have won players that are of interest to the North London club. Forward Memphis Depay is someone that has many admirers at the Emirates Stadium, with the Premier League giants having been linked with him for a while. With Arsenal needing a new striker, someone like Depay can be an enticing option for them and could enter the swap deal involving Gabriel. Another Barcelona player that appeals to Arsenal is second-choice goalkeeper Neto. The Brazilian, like Depay, has been on the Gunners' radars for some time already and could be a useful signing amidst the uncertain future of their second-choice goalkeeper Neto. Ricky Puig has also been mentioned as someone who could interest Arsenal, although their priority could be Memphis in case a swap deal is considered seriously. The report claims that Barcelona and Arsenal, have held conversations in recent weeks during which Gabriel's name has been discussed. It is further stated that both teams would be in favor of agreeing on a swap deal, of some kind in the summer. However, it remains to be seen if there is any truth to these claims and if there is any progress made on this front in the coming weeks. So callers, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please endeavor to do so you always stay in touch with the latest on FC Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.